Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. What you see before you is my current everyday carry. These are the 4 knives I have with me every day when I go out. The Swiss Army knife that I carry is an Explorer. You know, it's got the typical front tools. It has the scissors over here, and then it has the end-mounted Phillips screwdriver. It has the magnifying glass, and like I've mentioned many a times, I use the magnifying glass quite often, primarily when I'm out knife hunting, because I use the magnifying glass to look for discrepancies in the knife, to check out the tang stamp, look at the blade more closely to see if it's got any chips or anything in it. So really like the Explorer. I do have plus scales on it. I have the extras, a little screwdriver used for eyeglasses because I wear eyeglasses with the plus scale. I also end up with the writing utensil, the small ink pen. Now, a lot of people talk that you always forget to mention that there is a straight pin in there. Well, there's not a straight pin in mine. I could have a straight pin in there, but I don't carry the straight pin. I find it kind of problematic. It often pops out and hits into the corkscrew, or I lose it in my pocket or something like that. So I don't like the straight pin in there. There's my fancy lanyard that I have on there. The other knife, probably the one that gets used the most, is right here. This is my Dragonfly 2 in the Zome Greens covers, FRN. It's a lightweight. I love this knife. This one I've been carrying for 2 or 3 years now, probably more than that. I've been carrying it ever since the first day I bought it, and I really like this knife. I tried taking off the pocket clip, which I rarely use, but what I found is I do use that pocket clip when I'm opening and closing the knife. I use it for a place to put my fingers so I can index my fingers, and it works really well. So I like the pocket clip for that reason, but typically the knife just drops in the pocket. This is the knife that is always on my keychain. This is a Midnight Manager. So I have the ink pen I use most often, plus the little light. This is one with a white light. I also have one with a red light. It has the small Phillips screwdriver with a can opener here and a little wire stripper. Don't use the wire stripper, but I have used both of these. I said can opener, that's a bottle opener. And then the other thing it has over here is the little blade. You can see I really need to clean off some tape on there. I use that quite often, and I try to keep it as sharp as possible. Then the nail file with the screwdriver tip here. I use this nail file all the time for, well, my nails, but you can also use it for striking like anywhere matches and stuff like that. And then it has the scissors on there. So this is a very useful tool for me. I like the Midnight Manager. It has all the tools of the Rambler, plus a light and a ink pen. Now that brings me to the 4th knife, and that is this one here. This knife is the Stoneworks 5-inch toothpick. This is the later one they made with the pinch bolster up the top. So basically the 2nd generation Stoneworks. It has the half stop on the blade, 440B steel. I have been using this knife for over a year now, and if you notice, the covers are fine. This is often just dropped in a pocket. If I drop it in the pocket with my phone in the pocket, I will usually drop it in this pouch also. But if I'm not using it in the same pocket as my phone, I just drop it in the pocket as is. This has actually gone through the washer and dryer a couple times, and as you can see, the knife is fine. So all those people are saying that, well, it's just glued on there, it's all going to fall apart and everything. Not my experience, and I've been carrying this and using it for a year, and holds a decent enough edge and everything else. Been very happy with it. Like I said, now I'm going to be and guess what? One of these knives is going to disappear now. I'm going to swap out my everyday carry for the next year. Actually, I swapped out the knife about 2 weeks ago. I pulled out the Stoneworks large toothpick and replaced it with the GEC Northfield Unexcelled number 12 toothpick from 2019. Yeah, I know this is irreplaceable, but one of these days this is going to be irreplaceable as well. Even though I've got about 4 or 5 of these, I've only got 2 of the number 12 Gex. This one is in the Sandbar Stag. I also have one in a beautiful bone. And quite frankly, I think the other one looks nicer. But I decided, you know what, I'm going to carry the Stag. I don't care if the Stag is more valuable than the bone. This is the one I'm going to throw in my pocket. I mean, after all, it's my knife, and you know, why leave it for the kids or the grandkids or anything else? I don't know if they're going to appreciate it nearly as much as I will, but I'm going to appreciate this knife. Now, the knife itself, you can see it's got a definite dent there in the Stag. And it's not the prettiest Stag, but maybe it'll look better after I've carried it for a year. 1095 carbon steel blade, 3 inches long. That's another reason I've decided to carry it, because this one actually, let's just say, it fits with the knife laws where I live a little bit better than the large toothpick did. Large, let me see there, Northfield Unexcelled trademark. And there you see whatever it says. I think it's somewhere in there, Northfield Unexcelled, Titusville, maybe something like that. I don't know. But it is definitely made in the USA. Backside there, GEC, CAR. The CAR stands for carbon. Then you got the 128119. 12 is the pattern number. 8 refers to the muskrat clip blade. 1 refers to the one blade, and the 19 is the year this was made, 2019. Got brass liners, brass pins, nickel silver bolsters. They got the threading going on. They got the pinch up on the top. And like I said, a 1095 carbon steel blade. So really nice drop on the blade there. It's really more like a long skinning blade, but it's pretty cool. Got a little bit of belly on there too. The 3-inch blade, close this up, it's 4 inches long. So it's going to fit the pocket a little bit better than the large toothpick is. Once again, if it's riding in the pocket with my phone, which it probably won't have to do nearly as often, I would throw it in the pouch here. And that is really to protect the phone, not to protect the knife. For the most part, this is just getting dropped in the pocket. And we'll see how it does. One thing I noticed right away when I first started using it was this knife, straight out of the box, or straight out of the tube, you could say, was not nearly as sharp as the Rough Rider was, the 440B Rough Rider. This was a sharper knife straight out of the box than my Northfield Unexcelled toothpick, which kind of ticked me off a little bit, considering how much I spent on this. And it's like, wait a minute, this is not nearly as sharp as my Rough Rider. What goes with that? But I have since sharpened it up, and it's got a good working edge on it now. I don't want too much more than a working edge. If I drop my finger down here, it actually catches on the tip of the blade, so the blade tip is just ever so slightly proud there. I'm not going to worry too much about it. How often do you go around doing that? If you're doing that, you're definitely looking for it to hit. More or less straight down the middle. Might favor the front side a little bit. And if you notice, the Stag definitely has a dip in there, but that's okay too. Not the prettiest Stag in the world, but it'll do. And I'm hoping it'll get even more character as I carry it. But this is going to be it. This is my toothpick for everyday carry for 2024. I'll occasionally give you an update on this knife. And if I swap out any other knives in my everyday carry in 2024, I'll let you know. But When I say everyday carry, I mean everyday carry. I carry these knives every day. This one will be for the rest of 2024, unless something really weird happens. And do you carry the same knife every day, or do you carry a different knife every day? Either way, I'd like to know. Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with the Pious. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.